Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Guys, we have a very interesting episode this week. Not only did we see pretty much the rise and fall of someone who's been talking a lot of trash, like he's one of the greats. And we just saw him pretty much get destroyed by some uh, Majus or whatever they're called. But overall, it's kind of clear as day who is truly hiding something from their teammates. And it's the girl who was working with the guy that went into the cave and found the rare material stuff. This girl is diabolical, man. Like, there's something up with her, and I honestly don't know what it is when it comes down to how she is so capable of pretty much not only protecting the person who was getting destroyed in the dungeon, but she brought him back from like no HP, from the verge of death, and then after bringing him back, pretty much just tells him how dumb and how needy he is because if she wasn't there, he would have died. And we're also seeing a little bit of one of them wanting our president and all them to be safe, which was kind of shocking, to say the least, because how things have been going lately, you would think they don't really care regardless, but also they were going into a place that had some ridiculous amount of rare material in it, so I guess that might be another cause to try to stop them from going out there and stealing what could have been rightfully yours. Even though you went out there and got bopped, I don't know what there was to believe that he could do, even if he had a chance at this point to try to win. I don't really see them doing too well. Just because there's so much going on in this dungeon that we have mice that aren't trying to touch like the really blue looking areas and stuff like that, so it almost made it seem like if you do touch it, there's a good chance that it could do something to you, like just by the way the mice were reacting to it. And I mean, they've probably been dealing with it a whole lot longer than our main characters were when they first started seeing it. Probably grew up in it, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where you're kind of just left in the dark of what the heck is going on, to the point of, okay, we're just gonna have to accept this because they're not explaining jack. We start out with just finding ourselves uh, running into the girl who just helped us destroy and look for treasure, or well, we helped her look for treasure that her grandpa pretty much set her out for with this map, this quest hunt. But then come to find out that it was just a treasure hunt to help her find friends. And maybe it wasn't. Maybe her finding friends was one thing of it. But you got to remember too that he sent her there in the case of maybe those magic monsters were there, and he maybe put those bracelets on them, so it would be like they found treasure, you know, because if they sold for a mill and she was about to just give them 500k to split the profits, and then she's like, nah, you know what, just let me be on your team and we'll call it even. You know, one of those people who don't know how to just be like, I want to be your guys' friends and just let me be your friend. Like, nah, I came here bearing money, so you guys have to let me in. You know, it was one of those types of deals, which was pretty funny. But at the end of the day, it's another amazing teammate that should lead us to victory. Um, Thanks to her fire magic, thanks to just her quick reactions alone. But she is also kind of a klutz, kind of a ditz. Not even filling out her contract to be in the guild and turning it in on time. She pretty much isn't a member, you know? And it was due the day that we were watching it, and that was at the very end of the episode, so I don't know what the punishment would be for whatever the heck is going on. So we'll have to see just what the heck happens there. But overall, the show is hilarious. I think they just know that they should have fun with it, and that it's really showing as of now. Not only is it showing, we get to just see what they really want to do with this world when it comes down to how much of an effect that the one dungeon or whatever the heck is going on in the world is affecting everything. It's not just affecting the dungeons, it's affecting, almost outside of the dungeon. So, whatever this weird thing is that we are seeing, it's spreading further and further outside of the respected area that they started from, and we get no idea where it's actually stemming from. So that was actually pretty interesting to say the least. Um, Other than that, though, I think we're in pretty good hands when it comes down to the end game of this show. I feel like either they're going to continue to just, let it rock and just have ourselves a really fun overall show where they just keep having these problems and issues come up and they're kind of the ones to take care of it, or we're actually going to start getting into some more interesting themes of what is possibly popping off and some bosses and villains and stuff like that, which I think would be pretty cool. So we'll just have to wait and see, because at this point in time, I honestly feel like the show is going at a good pace. I just want to know what the heck is going to happen at the end of the day. It feels like one of those shows where they're kind of just doing whatever they want, and that's fine until all of a sudden, you got to start doing different things to woo the audience. And if they just don't do that, and I guess we can expect what will happen next. We'll probably just have the show being one of those shows where it's just funny and having things pop off here and there, which isn't a bad thing. It's just sometimes people like a show that has really good storytelling involved, and if it there is none in here, then boo-hoo. But if it's definitely got some storytelling and some cool things popping off in the background, I would definitely be looking forward to that. And I hope you guys are as well. But with all that being said, everybody, I hope you're having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I'm really thinking about if there's any other shows that are going to not show up on, like, because of postpones and stuff like that. I'm still thinking of other things I want to talk about, like other shows that I should do, why you should watch, and stuff like that. So if you guys have any ideas of things that you would love to hear me talk about, I would not mind it. Just for the days of postponed animes and days I pretty much can't talk about anything because of what's going on in the world. So, with all that being said, I hope you guys are taking care, and I will talk to you as soon as possible. So, with that being said, I am your boy, the Anime G, and I'll talk to you sooner than later. Peace.